Hello, I'm Noel, and today I'm going to be doing some, first a few disclaimers. A, I'm recording directly off YouTube due to poor quality editing software. B, everything I say in this video is my opinion, and, if you don't like it, just don't care about it, okay? Just think what you want to think, and I'll think what I want to think. I'm going to be doing a bit of a commentary and critique, and just general everything over Double Rainboom. I just watched it completely, and I have quite a bit to say about it. Not everything is bad, there's quite a bit of praise as well. Let's turn it down to near mute. Watch the video first, the actual Double Rainboom. If it would load. Black screen, come on. There we go, now it's loading. God dang it, what is happening to my internet all of a sudden? There we go, Flamingo Rich. Overall, this episode was, pretty good. I mean, it was for a fan-made episode, it was pretty good. I think with as many animators as they had, it might have been able to come out a bit faster than it did, but it was still really good for what it was. So we start off with an intro. I was hoping for the actual LP intro, but this was good enough as well. Do 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 do. Once again, sorry for recording off YouTube. I think, Brittany Lotta did the best voice out of here, but that's just me. Yeah, the reason you should watch the original video first is, A, it has better, well, you're gonna actually be able to watch it. For this, you're only gonna really hear my voice, it's really quiet in the background. And, oh, you know why. God, I need to stop moving my mouse. There we go. Double Rainboom. Fan-made episode. Also, please, this is unprofitable. I'm not meaning to copyright infringe on you guys for using your video. So this scene I found alright, originally. My main problem is, it wasn't really with this part. The animation just seems a bit off to me. I'm not sure if any of you see that, but to me, it's good for what it is. The voice has kind of deterred it for me, but that's an opinion, really. I mean, yeah, here's where my main problem ran in. They were using a lot of, expressions and gestures that are just way too common and sometimes a bit just off for the scene, like, just like, Rainbow Dash, what are you doing here? Waving your arms around, that's, like, not right for it. Like, what are you doing here? Wait. It doesn't seem right for me. I don't have much to say about this scene. I'll be quiet for a little while sometimes, just because I don't have much to say about certain scenes. For one, that looks a lot like a troll face, and the troll face should not be used in MLP. Period. Even if it's a fan-made episode. No troll faces. Sorry about any background noise here. Oh, another part of the animation seemed kind of off to me was the characters seemed three-dimensional. I mean, they were turning on the head so much and all that that it just seemed three-dimensional to me, and that was kind of odd for an MLP cartoon. More of that waving your arms around just seems a bit off for me. There's not much in the first part of this that really deters me off, or I have opinions about. Like I said a million times, I'm just trying to figure out things to say, really. This is unrehearsed and unscripted. This is just my thoughts directly coming out of my mouth, as it goes. I don't think Rainbow, sorry about that noise. I don't think Rainbow Dash should be, like, that stupid, like, you made it, but you don't know what's in it? Like, that's just kind of, like, going borderline retarded there, like. I think Rainbow Dash at least passed first grade, and if you pass first grade, you could understand, at least, that they don't know what's in it. Um, that was quite nice how, it actually showed how Rarity was a bit more snooty and just drank it with a little straw and, I don't know what it's called, umbrella thingy. Here with Fluttershy. This scene was a bit funny, just animals come charging. I thought they already did that, though, so I think Twilight's running out of ideas here. Now, something else I didn't like is how Twilight was worried so much about what would happen in Pinkie Pie. Like, oh, wow, like, you don't even know if it works yet, so why are you worrying about what it's actually going to do if it does work? I mean, seriously, you just, like, spend, like, later on, like, all your time just like, I gotta go write all this stuff down, I gotta figure out what Pinkie Pie would happen. And, like, see, like, here she is, just worrying so much about what it'd be. Like, her gestures are, like, scared. Like, oh my gosh, it was gonna... Like, that would be a thing if she was worried she was gonna get, like, gone from... Celestia would banish her to the moon. That would be, like, the face she would use. Not, like, oh, I can't figure out what Pinkie Pie would happen. Well, yes, you should have, Twilight. You're smart, and you should have known that if you told Rainbow Dash it would really make her better, then she would have drank it. Don't you know? I mean, I think all the characters are just a bit too stupid in this. Suddenly, Twilight has magical readers out of nowhere. This part was a bit odd for what it was. I mean, that just looks a bit too painful for what's supposed to be a children's cartoon, but, you know, she didn't seem in pain, so you never know. I am sorry if this commentary is boring. The majority of it happens after it switches over to the Cartoon Network part. Yes, Twilight, don't you realize? You're a bit too dumb in this episode. I mean, they got their personalities alright, just... yeah, I don't know. And also, suddenly, there's more magical readers out of nowhere that weren't there before. This was a bit odd. I mean, like, somehow Twilight sees mercy in all of it. It's not even her torturing her, so, like, what the heck? It's just like, oh, okay, you can go. Like, she just looks up to her like, oh, I understand you now. No, I don't get that part. And hey, why is it... Okay, and why is the treehouse underground all of a sudden? I mean, Twilight doesn't have a basement anywhere, and suddenly his entire treehouse is underground. Is she living in one of the roots? I mean, if you look, that's dirt. That's not wood. She go up, dirt. Look at that. So the treehouse is underground all of a sudden. That's just not right. And also, fake commercial breaks that, like the fade outs, aren't good. And also, how did Rainbow Dash fall asleep? I mean, why did she fall asleep? Yes, you know how you got there. You were flying up there, remember? Silly? Once again, a bit too dumb. Oh yes, cover your face when you obviously know how to control yourself and fly correctly. Closed. Open. Some more of that, like, 3D animation effect. Just, ugh, it feels weird for a MLP cartoon. Also, how come if she's flying above the air, she's making a large ditch in the ground? I mean, seriously, is she... Spike, once again, is a bit too dumb. He just looks at Rarity and thinks it's Twilight, really? The derpy scene. This was way too long and drawn out, and seemed like it was just to appease fans. I mean, really, this was just way too long. I think they were just trying to fill time. They were like, oh yeah, let's add in derpy. Well, no. I can see, like, a bit of derpy in there, but the whole point of derpy is that she was, like, in the background, and you had to search for her, not that there would be a full scene of her. I mean, seriously, she's not, like, a main character. Giant scoreboard in the background, if anyone hasn't noticed. It's pretty hard to not notice, though. There are also, like, so many fan jokes in here that, like, I just don't find them funny. Like, adopt a chicken, you're gonna lose your chicken. I mean, after a while, those get old, you know? I find it kind of funny that the last scene had a adopt a chicken sign. Now here's Fluttershy of chickens, who she thinks get killed. And Fluttershy goes through the effort of standing up the feint, so that's not really right. See, look, she's flying above the ground, yet there's still a ditch. And of course they have that in Roid Rage, of course. This part, the animation is a bit off. I mean, her legs seem to be moving in the wrong direction to run diagonally. It just seemed like that. So yeah, I'll repeat what I've said about 20 times so far. They caught their personality pretty well, except for the... Also, what was up with that moon? That moon kind of made me laugh last time. Why are they so much stupider than they are in the normal cartoons? It's just not right. If no one's completed one of those before, how have you even heard of one? I mean, how is everyone like, oh, a double rainbow, I've heard of that before, nobody... That's the moon again. Why does the moon have a Dumbo face on it? That's not right. Like, oh, I could do a double Sonic rainbow. Well, you never heard of one. I mean, sure, you can make one up, but how would you know that no one has ever done one before? Do you have history books on double sonic rainbows? Have there been like 1,500 attempts on it? Of course, they have to add in all the fan characters and OCs and, well, not OCs, but, you know what I mean, like background characters, all have to be together just like the fans want it. I mean, seriously, there they all are, everyone who everyone loves. Of course, I guess Scootaloo would be amazed at it. It's just kind of, like, it would be amazing, I know. I just kind of... It's all good, mind you, I'm just kind of complaining a lot. Also, why are there rainbows climbing up her legs? I don't get that. Yes, you're being stupid again. Like, she's never gonna hear you from there. She's about a mile away, going at the speed of sound, and you expect her to hear you yelling. It's not gonna work, Twilight. You're being idiotic again. How come she hasn't already performed the Sonic Rainboom? Why has she performed two at once? Why wouldn't it be 1, 2? Why is it two at once? That doesn't make sense. And also, why would she crash into the ground? That's too stupid. Like, oh, I'm gonna crash into the ground. That's a really bad idea. I should stop now. Are you like, oh, if I do a double Sonic Rainboom and this, I won't be hurt. I'll just go straight through the ground. No, you're gonna crash into it. And also, once again, I don't understand why there were two at once. I mean, if you reach that speed, one would happen. If you reach that speed again, like if you slowed down and reached the speed again, you'd have another one happen. You can't just do that twice in a row. You can't be like, woo woo! I don't remember the scene being like yellow filtered, but whatever. Climbing out of the bushes, of course. So, obviously no one was injured, and Twilight was fine. Makes no sense, because she was like... If you looked... Okay, here's the problem. The Sonic Rainboom happened above the town, while Rainbow Dash was, like, to the left of the Everfree Forest. So how does it work? How does the Rainbow move from one side of the forest to the other side? Doesn't make sense. Twilight should have been the blast radius, not the city. See, look, she crashed over here, and yet the Rainboom happened over the city. It makes no sense. And also, what is it even burning on? Soil can't burn. Ah, here's the part where I really like the twist. The twist where originally I was like, what is this? Then she went in there and I was like, oh, what's this? I was like, oh, that's a different type of animation. And then I saw Sonic Rainbow and I was like, oh, no, what is this? This is scaring me. And then I saw it was all Cartoon Network characters and I was like, what? And of course, Powerpuff Girls. And of course, the incoming copyright claimer. This work is in no way designed to infringe upon the rights of Cartoon Network or Time Warner. It is completely and utterly a fan-based concept and intended for free distribution for the promotion of the Powerpuff Girls. Cartoon Network is the sole and exclusive owner of all rights of in this product and uses all thereof and I don't even know. Yes, of course it is. By this weird red shark thing. What is that? No, I've never wondered how you're able to talk. Also, how did they grab him without making their little laser beam effect? It's just like he disappears into her arms. Teleportation. Makes no sense. Ow. Yeah, overall, the Shrimp Maid episode was alright, but never know. Somehow, they managed to completely destroy him later on, but now they just can't do anything, of course. Of course, Rainbow Dash comes to the rescue, and yeah. It's odd. Whoops, sorry about the jump cut there. So how is Rainbow Dash more powerful than basically all the Powerpuff Girls combined? And why are the Powerpuff Girls such jerks in this scene? So that's pretty darn violent. I mean, ow. Lasers. Ow. And once again, the rocks are burning. And, of course, they're like, oh yeah, let's go, get this person who just helped us. I mean, just, all the characters were off in this entire thing, except for Pinkie Pie in the end. Okay, that expression is the only one I think was right in this entire film. And... Of course... Somehow, when she could do a double Rainboom just before... once again, they just teleport up there. Teleportation magic. Why didn't she perform another one of her double Rainbooms? Yeah, this is my, favorite scene. Just, Rainbow Dash goes and hides, and it turns out Bubbles has been on her back the entire time. Also, I think Rainbow Dash and all the characters look better in the Cartoon Network animation style than in the actual Hasbro animation style. There was the Doctor and the Monkey version if you look very closely. I don't remember what their names are. And suddenly her wings fall apart completely. And here's another scene where Rainbow Dash is completely idiotic. Like, oh, my wings are broken. I bet I could fly again. I mean, really. Gets up. He's like, oh, I'm completely knocked out and have a concussion. Oh, I'm alright. They're gonna find me. Well, my wings are broken. Better fly again. You should have known that was gonna happen. You're not that stupid. And somehow her mane is messed up, but not her tail. Of course, the potion wore off, and it broke your wings. How about it gave you another side effect? You're not that stupid. I mean, sure, she's not some amazing scientist, but she could have at least passed 7th grade. I mean, seriously. This scene was a bit creepy. I was like, whoa, what is going on? But yeah, it actually sounds like Pinkie Pie. I think, I forgot what her name was. Whoever did the voice of Pinkie Pie did the best job out of all the voice actors. And then, of course, there was Domo in that shopping window. And for some reason, Pinkie is huge in this scene. Just complete. When her hoof comes out, that's way bigger than it should be. Of course, Skype people are online. That's not good. And they're really stupid, oh, maybe she didn't went into a building, well, we're the Powerpuff Girls, she was right there, we could have never missed her. Well, obviously, if you just saw her right there, you didn't, how did you not see the giant zipper opening up and her being pulled into it? Really? quite like that dog. Why are they gonna beat up their dog? That just isn't right. So back we go through into the Hasbro animations, except there are quite a few less of them. And boom, they pop right back out. And finally, they figure out what goes on when Pinkie Pie drinks it. Of course, she breaks through time and space, because she's so excitable. See, how come Twilight wasn't just like, oh no, I shouldn't give it to Pinkie Pie, the world could end? Was she seriously like, Rainbow Dash is more important than the world? Because she was always like, oh no, what could happen if I gave it to Pinkie Pie? She finally figured it out? I mean, there's so much information missing. And Rainbow Dash is laughing, even though our wings are obviously broken and in pain. Seriously. You don't have any feathers left on your wings, and they're broken. Oh yeah, the city is completely destroyed. Did you forget? Even though it shouldn't be, because the Rainboom happened over a forest, not the city! I mean, sure, I could see some destruction, but not the entire place being in ruins. And I was like, what's up with that face? It's like, ah. No, that's not like trying to be happy, like, oh, it's not my fault. That's like, I'm creepy, Rainbow Dash. Of course, then there's the Dear Princess Celestia. Oh, look, there's Road Rage back in there. Wow, so your lesson you learned is that you didn't think ahead. Oh, wow. Yes, because this entire episode you were stupid. I mean, ignore all my critique about the personality and stuff. I'm just saying things over and over and pointing out all the flaws. This entire episode, the animation was overall good. I mean, it probably shouldn't have taken as long as it did, but it did take as long as it did, so who knows. I mean, the voices are strong, the animation's solid, it had a great storyline, but there's just some minor details I'm pointing out that kind of messed up. Once again, everything I said in this entire episode... Oh, look, blue, I love blue. Everything I said during this entire commentary was all my opinion. Or like this. Why is this book upside down? It's just like, I'm Zachary Rich. And then there's one last thing I have to say about the credits you may have not noticed. Oh, and all the Powerpuff Girls voice actors did a pretty good job too. Sounds like the real thing. Brittany Lotta, that was her name. Yeah, she did the best job. Why is there an epic face? You know how old that is? I'm sorry, that's just like, I hate memes. Bit odd. I don't remember any puppets in the entire thing. Sound design. So, the music sound design, I'm assuming. More sound design. Well, I'm assuming this is, like, effects? Music. What? You just had music. Storyboards, okay. Quite a few people did storyboards. Animation. Oh, look, there's all the animators. Oh, look, there's more animators. Well, I wonder how this took so long. Oh, look, there's even more animators. Even more animators. With this many talented animators, even more animators. How could it take nearly like 3 months to build this entire thing? I don't remember how long it took to build this, but with that many animators, it shouldn't have taken that long. No. I mean, if someone can make like a 5-minute long pony thing in like a couple weeks, like 2 weeks, and they're like a single or 2 animators, I think with like 100, like you got like 50 animators on here, you should be able to do this way faster. I mean, it might have taken some time to get the permission from Hasbro, but whatever. Either way, this was my very, 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 very opinionated and unprofessional commentary. I hope you maybe enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed rambling over footage. Once again, this was all my opinion. Please don't hate me. I know I expressed a lot that all the characters look stupid, but that's because basically the only thing I could critique, besides the animation seemed a bit off. I mean, pretty much, the animation was solid, voice acting was solid, backgrounds were solid, storyboards were solid, trailers were solid. The trailers just made it seem a bit... I mean, like, the storyline was solid. I mean, everything was solid, I just had those, like, two problems. Like, the personalities were completely off, like, on how dumb they were. And, what else was it? And just the animation seemed kind of a bit too tweaky for me. And, yep, that was my commentary, so I'm just rambling now. That's what I've been doing the entire time. There's a button somewhere down there that says subscribe. I don't know what it does. Maybe you can find out what it does. And if Pinkie Pie clicks it, she'll turn